Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I will try to fix a very common issue of boot device not found with black screen and with the error message operating system not installed in the hard disk. So if you're stuck in the screen, don't worry. In most cases, your system is not dead. It's just a boot configuration issue. So let's try to fix that in this video. So most probably the error happens because of mainly a couple of reasons. The first one is wrong boot order, which is most common. For an example, if you have a couple of hard disks installed in the computer and then the boot manager is like having trouble to figure out where the operating system is located and all those sort of things. So it's just a wrong boot order and how the boot manager handles that. The second is quite scaled, which is the UEFI boot entry, which is missing and it's not prioritized. So yeah, that's the other thing. The other issue is the bootloader issue, where your grub or boot manager is corrupted, something like that. And at the worst case scenario, the whole hard disk is corrupted. You have no other option than to replace the hard disk and to first install the operating system in there. So the most cases where these issues come into, so in this video, if the hard disk is not broken, we'll try to fix that by going through its steps and trying to resolve this. Okay, so first let's try to see if the boot manager is having trouble figuring out where the operating system is located and which disk it's booting on. So to do that, we need to go to the boot manager. Now in the BIOS setup, I'm using the HP laptop. So if you are using other brands, you have different keys to go into that. But for me, I think it's probably F10. So what I'll do is I'll just shut down the computer, then just press the power key again, which will start that. And immediately you need to press F10. So it's saying entering the setup menu. Let's exit that. So this is your BIOS setup. It should be in advanced, and there you can see boot options and secure boot configuration over there. So let's try boot options. So as you can see, I have two hard disks installed into the laptop. The first one is SATA 0 and the second one is M2. I have installed the Ubuntu in the SSD, which should be M2, but the boot order, we can see the SATA is in the first place in the top, and similarly in the legacy boot order we have SATA on top as well. As my operating system is installed in the SSD, it should be the top one. So we'll just try to change that, and I'll just enter that. Up and down arrow you can move order. M2 is first on the top, that's fine. Press escape, and again press escape, and in legacy boot order as well, just enter M2 and move that on the top. Try to disable the network boot as well while we are here. So F5 to disable that, and then we'll just press escape until you see this menu, and then save changes, press yes, and it should restart. So if this works, that is the most easiest option. So as both disks are showing up in the boot entry, that means both the hardware is recognizing the hard disk. So it's unlikely that the drive has completely failed. So if the boot order is not working, that leads me to the missing boot entry. In order to check that, as I have installed Ubuntu, so if you are using any other operating system, you need to boot your USB to that operating system. So as I've been using Ubuntu, I'll boot my USB with Ubuntu. So if you don't know, I'll put the link in description where I've shown a detailed step-by-step on how to boot the Windows ISO or Linux ISO into your USB stick. So in order to do that, we need to first download the ISO file, and then we need to load that to USB. So after that is done, we just need to plug the USB into the laptop, restart again. the grub menu, will not try to freshly install Ubuntu. If you have just installed your operating system and then error is showing up, you can just reinstall the fresh operating system again. That way, that will be the easiest thing to do. So before I was using 24.04 Ubuntu, but I have loaded here 26.04, which should be okay. So next we'll choose your language. We'll just try Ubuntu so that our files should be okay. So quickly we'll see if our hard disk has all the files. Yep, so these are the existing files, which is a good news, as the hard disks are not broken or corrupted or something like that. So this is one of my hard disks and this is another hard disk, so both are working. So we'll just need to fix the broken links. First need to go to terminal, run this command to list the partitions. So in here we have a lot of partitions, so we need to figure out hard disks partitions. Yes, so one of my hard disk is 1 terabyte, which this one is close enough, so it's under dev/sda, and the other one is 256 SSD, which is under /dev sdb. In your case it might be different. So this is our UEFI system /dev/sdb1, where this is our Linux LVM. So first we need to mount our Linux system volume. Then we'll bind the hardware to the temporary environment. So next we'll mount the SSD's UEFI partition inside it. So if you're wondering where I got UEFI partition, it was in the partition list before. So once that is done, we will step inside the SSD's operating system using CS root. Now we'll install the UEFI bootloader directly inside the SSD. So it looks like the UEFI is not mounted properly, so we are getting that error. So we'll try to fix the mount issue again. We'll unmount the UEFI partition. So it looks like our SDB1 cannot be read as UEFI partition. So what we need to do is now we need to erase and recreate the UEFI partition file system correctly as FAT32, so Ubuntu can use it for boot files. So after that, we need to put in a couple of more commands. We'll mount the Linux system again. Then we need to bind the system folders. We'll bind the dev to /mount/dev. Okay. So after recreating the UEFI partition file system, just restart the computer by plugging off the USB. That's it for the video, guys. I hope this helps. If you have any more questions, please leave that in the comment down below. I will put the link for how to load the Windows or Linux in the USB stick and any other relevant videos in the description and the card as well. So thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe to the channel. That will really motivate me to bring up more videos like this. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.